Okay, so let's start writing the code by using the class diagram which we have built. Of course, there'll be optimizations. So we'll be doing a second iteration after this, after writing the code for the first time. Okay, let's make first all the DTOs. So first would of course be profile. Let us first just make the files of the DTOs and then we'll cover each and every one, okay, that we had in the class diagram. So let's just go ahead. Other one was post. Third one was comment. Fourth one was like. Fifth one was follow request. Sixth one was timeline. Seventh one was notification. Eighth one is search catalog. So let's start with profile first. A profile was having a email first. So next it was having password. Then it was having a unique ID. Let's say for now, let's say whatever ID a person gives is unique, but of course there should be mechanism to check if ID is unique or not. Then it has a list of followers. Who is a follower? Follower is also one of the profiles. So then it has a list of following also. Who this person is following or who this profile is following, which all profiles this profile is following. Then it has a list of active follow requests. So then he had this profile. Every profile has a timeline also. Then if this profile is celebrity profile or not. And last one should be last seen for every profile. So let's just quickly make the constructor. Okay, we'll get these three items in the constructor: email, password, and ID. Of course, we'll have to initialize all these things with the empty list. So let's just quickly initialize them. Followers equals new array list. Then we have follow requests. Timeline equals new timeline. And yeah, this should be good. So let's just quickly make getters and setters for all of them. And yes, here we are done with profile. Good. So what should be the next one should be, let's move to post now. So post of course had a description. So we are just writing all the data members by looking at the class diagram which we built. Okay. It will have a list of comments also. So then it will have a list of likes also. So last one is what time was it created at? So again, local date time. Let's just quickly make the constructor. In the constructor, we'll get description and who is creating it. Description and profile we'll get, and then rest of the things we'll initialize. And let's just quickly make all the getters and setters for all of the data members that we have. So we're done with post also. Let's go ahead and make comment now. Comment also had the similar things. Next, who created, which profile created this comment? So comment can also have a list of comments on it. So because we can add comment on a comment also. So that's why we have like, we can like comment also. So And the last one is what time we created it. So I think comment doesn't have what time we created it, does it? Let's skip it for now. If it will have, we'll add it. Not a big deal. Okay, let's just quickly make a constructor. Of course, we'll get description, we'll get who created it, and that should be enough. Let's initialize comment with an empty array list. Okay, I think this should be good. Let's move to follow request now. So follow request was having a sender, a receiver, and state, what current state it is in. So profile, sender, and what state is this follow request in. So we have not made state till now, we'll make it. Let's just quickly make constructor. What will you get in the constructor? We'll get the sender, we'll get receiver, and initially state is, let's say, on hold state, or maybe in progress state, whatever word makes sense. Right now, I think let's go ahead with hold state. So let's just make a new package state, follow request state. So what will happen in a state? So whenever a state changes, we would be notifying users like we discussed. So we can have state design pattern right here, because when state is in on hold state, notifications generally sent to the receiver. When the state is accepted, notification is sent to the sender. And there could be different ways of notifying also. For example, when I sent you a friend request, of course, you are going to get the notification with certain message, which would be different in every case, but there would be a message. And let's say the means of sending notification is a SMS initially. But when I accepted your request, then you received a notification. So person who is receiving is different with a different text in it, and means of sending the notification could also be different. For example, email could be the way of sending notification right now. So we should make this class as an abstract class. And I would highly recommend you to go and see all the fundamental chapters that we have, because that forms the baseline, and there you'll be able to see state design pattern in depth with proper explanation. Okay, here we are seeing one of the applications of state design pattern. It's not about reading that chapter, you should be able to watch that chapter. So of course, we'll have one notification service here. We haven't made any notification service till now. So let's skip notification service. When we'll make notification service, we'll add it here. Right now, there should be a way to notify users, which every state will implement, which should be abstract. And what will we get as an argument? We will get follow request. Okay, let's just quickly make what all states we have. We have hold state, we have accepted state, and we have declined state. This should extend state. Extend state, because this is one of the states. Let's just quickly implement the methods create and hold state. Okay, great. We have it here. Let's just quickly import it. Import class. And let's give follow request state equals new hold state. Let's just quickly make getters and setters for all of them. Do you think there should be a setter for sender and receiver? No, right? Once they're fixed, they're fixed. So we should remove setter for profile, I feel, or sender and receiver. Now let's move to like. So in like, we only had a profile, and We can quickly make constructor, and there should be again getter only. I don't feel setter should be there. Let's make notification now. Notification only had description, so private. Great. Let's talk about timeline now. Timeline had a list of posts, so let's just quickly have constructor. Initially, when you create a timeline, when you create a profile, then only timeline is made, and timeline is initially empty, right? So new array list. Let's just quickly have getter and setter also for this. We have getters and setters also in place now. Let's make search catalog also now. Search catalog had a map of profiles. So profiles, and now there could be several threads using search catalog, right? So do you think making it singleton would help us? Yeah, of course, because do we want to change search catalog? We want everyone. So there should be only one instance of search catalog which should be used everywhere, right? There should be only one search if any profile is getting deleted. So it should be removed from this search catalog, and everyone should be using this search catalog only. So it would make sense to make it singleton, right? So let's just quickly make it singleton. So if you are unaware or maybe having little less information about Singleton pattern, please head back to fundamentals. There we have a chapter by the name of logger, which is just covering Singleton design pattern. Okay. And you will get in-depth knowledge about what Singleton pattern is, how is it implemented, what all issues were there that it resolved. So please head back and see the fundamental chapter logger. We have it here. Now, I think we are pretty much done with the DTOs. I feel let's just, okay, we didn't make getters and setters for comment. So let's make it. So I think we just made setters. Let's make getters also. Okay, for like we have it in place. Notification also, post also is done. Profile, it's done. Search catalog, it's done. Timeline, it's done. Okay, great. Let's just now quickly head back to all the interfaces which we had. So first interface which we made was a comment service. So comment service, what all? So first let's make all the interfaces, then we'll name each and every one. Then we'll make methods in each and every one. So then we have post service. Then we have like service. Then we have profile service. I think we named it wrong. So let's refactor it. Then we'll have follow request service. Then we have timeline service. Then we have notification service also. And then we have search service also. Let's just quickly make functions, methods that we have. So create comment on post, return type should be void. And of course we'll get description. We'll get who created this, so profile. And the last thing would be post. Okay, second was creating comment on a comment, so void. So again, the same arguments, but we have to write post. Same arguments, but instead of post, we'll get comment now. You can have edit functions also here. Right now, we didn't pick that up, but you can have that as well. Okay, next was post service. Return type was void. Create post. What we'll get? We'll get profile, who created it. So profile. And of course, we'll get description. Okay, this one is done. Then we have like service. Okay, so if we have to make like on post, we'll get a post and created by who created it. So liking on comment. So next we should have unlike on post. For unlike on post, I don't think, oh yeah, we'll get who created that. Which comment do I want to unlike and whose like I want to remove. Okay, great. We have like service also in place now. Let's move for profile service. Of course, it will create the profile. If you want to make any changes to the profile, for example, maybe changing the, what do you say, ID, that will also happen via this profile service only. If you want to change, let's say description, phone number, if you have whatever, it will happen through profile service. That call will come to profile service. For now, we are just handling create profile. In create profile, you might send OTP also for verification. Everything happen within the profile service within create profile. Create profile, of course, we'll get email, password, and right now we're taking ID, let's say from the user only, but this should be unique. So there should be a mechanism to check if the ID is unique or not. Then we have follow request service. So first is creating a follow request. So this function would handle creation of follow request, adding this active follow request in receiver's list of follow request, and lastly, sending the notification also. So everything would handle here. Okay, I think we misspelled follow here. And then the next one is fetch all requests. If a user wants to see all his active follow requests, so return type would be list of follow request. Fetch all requests, we'll get a profile. Then third one is accept follow request and reject follow request. So void accept follow request, and we'll get follow request whom we want to accept. Then the next one we should have is timeline service. Two things, fetching timeline and adding something to the timeline. List of post. If we want to fetch timeline, for what profile? So this should be profile. And the next one is should be add to timeline. So void, and we'll get a post and list of profiles to whom's timeline we want to add. We're just looking at the class diagram and we are making it. Okay, we're just writing it. We'll see the implementation also, by the way. Each and every code would be implemented, so don't worry. Next, we have notification service. In notification service, we'll have send notification. So void send notification. We'll get description and to whom we want to send the notification. So profile, and last one should be search service. So if we want to search a profile, we should return the list of profiles when we get a keyword. I think we are pretty much done with all the interfaces that we have. We can go ahead and now make services which implements all of them. First should be comment service implementation. Okay, so I'm just going from top to bottom. This will implement comment service, and we have to make all the functions. Second one should be follow request service IMPL. This should implement follow request service. And of course, we need to implement all the functions that we have. Then the third one is like service implementation. This should implement like service, and there you go. Then the next one should be notification service IMPL, but there are two types of notification services that we want. Basically, we want to have email notification and we want to have SMS notification. So if I want to make email notification a notification type, so it should implement notification service impl, and this should implement notification service. We'll have to implement the methods that we have. Same goes for SMS notification also. By the way, email notification might use email from profile, and SMS notification might use phone number from profile. SMS notification, this should implement notification service. Okay, and let's implement the functions. We'll go into each and every implementation. For now, we are just making it. Okay, then we have post service IMPL. Next, we have profile service IMPL. Okay, let's implement the functions. Search service IMPL. Great. And the last one should be timeline service. So let's go and implement each and every service one by one.